Without further delay, we now begin session 1 of day 2. This session will be chaired by architect Dr. Nurur Rahman Khan. I am personally honored to introduce him as he is one of my mentors whose insights and encouragement have profoundly helped me in the early days of my professional journey and as an architect, and later on shaped me as an educator also. Architect Dr. Nurur Rahman Khan is a leading architect, educator, and co-founder of Tania Karim Enar Khan and Associates. He currently serves as Dean of the Faculty of Science, Engineering, and Technology at Bangladesh University. Dr. Khan is a dedicated academic, having taught at various universities over the past 20 years. He has delivered lectures globally, including at Harvard University, the National University of Singapore, and CEPT University in India. An accomplished author, Dr. Khan has written notable works like The Assembly Building and Mazharul Islam, Selected Drawings. His contributions to architecture have been recognized with awards from the Institute of Architects of Bangladesh and accolades in design competitions. The first speaker of this session is Architect Professor Rafiq Azam, Principal Architect, Shatotto, Bangladesh. Architect Professor Rafiq Azam, a globally renowned architect, has over 3 decades of experience as a professional. He has honed his distinctive green architecture style, blending tradition, nature, and mysticism in his designs. Inspired by Bengali philosophers and mystics like Lalon and Tagore, Azam's work emphasizes the interplay of light, shadow, water, and air. In 1995, he founded Shatotto Architecture for Green Living after graduating from BUET. His interdisciplinary background, including watercolor painting, world literature, Eastern music, architectural photography, shaped his lateral thinking. He is also a dedicated educator and a recipient of various accolades, including the CAA, Commonwealth Association of Architects, Robert Matthew Lifetime Achievement Award 2022, 2020 Eurasian Award, Leading European Architects Forum Awards, Arcacia Gold Medal, Jawaharlal Nehru Memorial Gold Medal, and the UIA and UN Habitat Awards 2022. His influence extends internationally with interviews and articles published in prestigious publications, including Time Magazine, New York Times, Toronto Star, Casa Vogue, Harper Magazine, etc. Additionally, he serves as a visiting professor at Brack University and North-South University in Bangladesh. Through the Rafiq Azam Travel Bursary Scholarship Program, he actively supports and mentors both national and international students, fostering the next generation of architects. The second speaker of this session is Architect Farouk Amin, founding principal, City Design Studio, USA. Architect Farouk Amin is the founding principal of City Design Studio, a Los Angeles-based architecture and urban design practice dedicated to revitalizing communities. He is the author, editor of numerous publications that include Decoding Asian Urbanism, 50 Under 50, Innovators of the 21st Century, and the South Asian Paradigm. Architect Amin has held academic appointments at the Southern Californian Institute of Architecture, Los Angeles and Lugano, Gallipoli, Pomona, and Woodbury University, among others. He is a member of the board of directors at the Architecture and Design Museum in Los Angeles and the US Council on Open Buildings. He has lectured widely, including at the Bauhaus, Dessau, Harvard, Columbia, Xi'an University, and UCLA. His recent project experience includes the Intuit Dome Plaza buildings in Inglewood, California, the Shanghai Jizhu Mixed-Use District Urban Design Plan in Shanghai, China, the Los Angeles 2028 Olympics venue development plans in Los Angeles, California, and the King Fahd City Center Urban Design Plan on the Red Sea in Saudi Arabia. He received a Master of Architecture from UCLA and a Bachelor of Architecture from BUET. He was elevated to the College of Fellows of the American Institute of Architects in 2025. The panel guest architect of this session is architect Bayezid M. Khondokar, Principal Architect, Naqshband, Bangladesh. Architect Bayezid M. Khondokar is a prominent Bangladeshi architect and principal architect of Naqshband Architects, a Dhaka-based firm he co-founded in 1991. Some of his notable projects include the Karuponno factory in Rangpur, Dorgatala, Jame Masjid, Bijoy Rakin City, Military Museum, ABC Heritage in Uttara, SM Tower in Uttara, Kamal Residence in Baridhara, and Panthonir in Dhanmondi. Architect Bayezid has received significant accolades, including 2 gold medals at the Arcasia Awards for Architecture in 2023 and the Royal Institute of British Architects International Award for Excellence in 2024. Beyond his architectural practice, Architect Khondokar contributes to academia as an adjunct faculty member at the State University of Bangladesh, at various universities actually. He is also an active participant in architectural discourse, having delivered lectures at institutes like Brack University and American International University, Bangladesh. Please welcome our first speaker, Architect Professor Rafiq Azam, who will present on Going Back Home.
Thank you, Moshumi. Thank you very much. It's an honor to be here today. To everybody, Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon. So, can I see my presentation? Should I go? Oh, so I think it's after many years probably I'm giving lecture. Thank you BSRM for inviting me. It's always good to be here, you know, in our own land to speak in front of our all fellow colleagues and all acquainted people. Okay. So it would be 2 parts of my lecture. First part was basically my first journey. Very quickly, I'll go through, and the second part would be the major part probably I'll be talking on. Okay. It's always something, computer. Pain, little pain to gain something. Okay, that's great. I really like the name of the seminar, which is Architecture, Where to Go. And what I think, it's not working. Sorry, bear with me, please, because I'm the first lecturer. I have to adjust everything. Oh, there are things. Okay. Yep. So that's we're talking about going back home. Where to go? Going back home. The part one is Bengal is my home first, and this is what we see the southern part of Bangladesh, which is, you see, amazing, full of water, and it's more than 2 million square kilometer area of water flowing through. Only Bangladesh is 150,000, approximately 150,000 square kilometer of area. But you see how much of water Bangladesh is receiving, probably 15 times of its size is taking all the water coming through and going into the Bay of Bengal. And that's why I used to say, I'll be showing a couple of more watercolor paintings, sketches, and projects also, of course. And I think this is what we don't have land, but we have just water. We have water. We never thought of that we don't have land. That's why we are making all the roads and elevated expressways, because we thought we have lands. We don't have. So when monsoon comes, it's inundates 2/3 of the country's land. Depicting water is a major element of landscape. When water recedes, it leaves some alluvial soil, tons of alluvial soil, and the entire landscape transforms into large patches of paddy fields and then dancing with the winds. And that's the reason water is the philosophy of our projects. This is just a glimpse of one of our projects. And since it's all about, I'll be talking about mostly water, then why not take a journey by boat? And one project, just quickly, every floor is ground floor. Why not? Don't send me, this is one of the 4th level of the house, and this is a large building. Don't send me above, top and top, but without my belongings. Give me my greeneries, my waters, my birds, my earth, butterflies, and send me 100-story top. I don't mind to go, but send me with my belongings. So this is what every floor is ground floor is possible. This is the top floor and the 3rd floor, 4th floor, 2nd floor. Everywhere is green. Every floor is green. Every floor is ground floor. And this didn't start. It started actually long back. When I graduated 1989, it's 1988. Before my graduation, I had to do my mother's house, 1988. So I had to prepare. I had to do something from Mama that she wanted. After my father's passed away, she wanted to leave upper floor with a new house, but with her garden and courtyard. So this is the garden upper floor, and probably first time I did garden above the ground with a lot of earth and big plants over there, it's possible. So that inspired me a lot. But since I was born and brought up in an old Dhaka, that's the house you see, that's the old part of Dhaka, I learned a lot from nostalgia. And I was thinking, as Rumi says, yesterday I was clever, I wanted to change the world. Today I'm wise, I'm changing myself. And we went back, this is what you see, such a beautiful humanistic architecture. There's no boundary wall, there's the street and the house connected by threshold space, which we call locally mere, and we can sit there over and we can have chit chat over there we forgot. We put boundary walls, high walls, barbed wire, BSRM dog sign, and telling people, I don't trust you. I don't respect you. This could be the wonderful idea to connect people with the street and the community. So we didn't want to change the world. We changed ourselves. We went back to the drawing board, and we did small building with no boundary wall, rather putting steps for the children. People can come and sit, birds can come and sit, and can create the community not only by human, by non-human too. This is 2000. And this is then we started putting glass boundary wall. In city like Dhaka, glass boundary was challenging, but we did that because we believe when the community is, weak community, when the wall is actually big, wall is strong, our whole community is fragile, vulnerable. Why not make the wall fragile and vulnerable and connect people, see everything inside and out, connect it together, becomes the community strong rather than the wall. And then we started thinking of going up, how to live in Delta. And this is the top floor of the house, which is probably 6th level of the house. And we have tons of trees over there, which is 50 feet, 40 feet tall trees over there. And the swimming pond, which is actually connected, is like, why not architecture is so? We can create the envelope and let the whole mother nature come into it. The rain comes and goes out of it. The sunlight comes, goes out of it. And the fragrance comes and goes out of it. It goes on continuously. So this is something like unfolding nothingness. End of that you see, it's actually nothingness where things are coming and intertwining and intermingling together. So this is the house which is 2006. You can see the space, light is coming, and I was thinking like silence is the language of God, and rest all are poor translations, as Rumi says. And it disappears in the evening, the light goes back, and Rumi says, when light returns to its says, it takes back nothing from you what it illuminated. We can be light, and when going back, nothing taking from anywhere. So a small dingy goat inside the house, waiting by the ghat, patch greens and silence of light unfolding nothingness, where the soul and shell cohabit and purify themselves. Let the soul come inside your body and let go of it and let it be and let it be. It's a continuous process, but it's not true that it will be going on like this. One day it will not coming back to your body, and you'll be declared dead. And we were doing one project, a mosque beside a graveyard, which is very interesting. So graveyard showing us that you might be dead, or you should be dead, or you will be dead one day, And this is in between terrestrial and celestial. The site is very interesting, which is like southern side, the road is very terrestrial, and the other side, you see the graveyard is absolutely celestial, silent, and the other side is noisy. So it's how the mosque is actually a threshold space in between, connecting both the sides together. And you can see that one side is absolutely beautiful, celestial. And go to the celestial side, you can see from the terrestrial this one. But when you are at the celestial side, you'll be saying huge, the city coming up, very terrestrial. And this mosque is actually connecting your life and death together. So the space connecting from the street is, you can see the graveyard, the courtyard inspired by the Mughals. You are entering inside, and the bridge is actually, as Quranic says, the bridge, connecting bridge, and through you can see the cinematographic view of the graveyard. And you come to the courtyard, you can see the mosque, but the outside, it is very screened, so the noise and other things is not connected, but when you are inside, it's absolutely connected to the graveyard, so you can remember where you are actually going. And this is for the women part. But the time going on, we can see the metallic rise from after the postmodern Industrial Revolution. So I was interested to look into it, how we can combine together the post-industrial romanticism. So this is one project we did. Very quickly I'll go. This is the sunlight coming and the very serene, all connected together, and layers of gardens, connecting each other. The essence of education is knowledge, but the essence of humanity is love, said by His Highness the Aga Khan. So the Aga Khan Academy, when we started designing, we had meetings with His Highness the Aga Khan, and his desire, our desire, all come together that he wanted to have a Bengali civilization, the beautiful work, poetic work of Bengal's brick should be the expression of the school. And we found very interestingly, the Bangladesh and Bengal is one of the richest, educated countries, this area of the world, if you look at all the monasteries of Buddhist monasteries, thousands of years, all about universities, So we wanted to connect our history of education and the contemporary time of education and continues further. So the inspiration coming from the history. So if you see, this is what the courtyard came out again. And this is the plan we developed, which is almost like archaeological site, and the monks, rooms like teachers, classrooms, and all the courtyards to southern side courtyard, taking all the advantage of climatological conditions and making it very sustainable. This is the courtyard, another courtyard, and this is the small nooks. And you can see how the brickwork has been done very, very carefully. And two things very important here. One is that 4 trees you can see is called, because the whole learning is basically didactic. It's the teacher will not going to teach you, but the children will learn, the students will learn from the whole university. The 4 trees they call Butia menasperma, which is in Bengali, people say Palash tree, but in Dhaka, the name of the tree is Dhak tree. The Mughals came and saw the trees and thousands of red flower flame of the forest all over Dhaka, and they called it Dhaka. The name Dhaka came from possibly. That's a 2-3 legends. This is one of the scientifically probably very logical name they gave, probably legend. And we put 4 trees over there to tell people, tell the children, the flowers coming, started flower coming over the red flowers. So this is where the first courtyard is telling them this is the name Dhaka came from the school, belongs to Dhaka. And you see the middle, the amphitheater is have the ability to hold the water for half an hour at least to tell the children that this is Bangladesh and water is our beauty, poetry and essence. It can be there for half an hour. They can start after the rain, coming out, playing with the boats with the paper and whatever, They had a lot of fun over there, dancing, singing, playing over there. And this is what it come out finally. It's a very famous school now. And then time came. If you miss the train I am on, you will know that I am gone. You can hear the whistle blow 100 miles. A very beautiful, famous song, unbelievable. So probably this is time to go further. So my boat journey goes on. And I reach to Pakistan. And I can hear the Faiz Ahmed Faiz, the person who actually struggled. He spent most of large part of his life behind the bar in Pakistan because he was against everything odd, everything unjust, and he was suffered. And I can hear his voice, he has his words that if I say in his own language, in Urdu, हमको ठहरे अजनबी कितनी मुदारातों की बात कब नजर में आएगा बेदाग सब्जी के बहार खून किए धब्बे धुलेगी कितनी बरसातों की बात। How long? কতদিন লাগবে আমাদের রক্তের দাগ মুছে যেতে, আর কতবার দেখা হতে হবে, আর কতবার ভালোবাসতে হবে এই রক্তের দাগ মুছে যেতে। And then I started learning about the people of Pakistan, who they are actually. Are they enemies? I went there as a soldier that I will do something, Bangladesh High Commission. I will kill the Pakistanis because they killed us. But they didn't kill us. The governments, they are not sensitive. The people, general people of everywhere, they are very sensitive. They love each other. They love every country's people. So my solution, I mean, sort of suggestion came out through archaeological, it's a conflict sort of resolution. This is an embassy building. So we had to, we were extending our hands over there actually. So I went to Mohenjo-daro. It was very difficult. They have to give me armed guards to go there. Otherwise, very risky. I went there. I found Mohenjo-daro and Mainamati and Paharpur. And Saiful Bhai is here. They wrote a fantastic book, actually, that opened our eyes. And we found we have resources. We have inspirations. Why not come to a conclusion that Bangladesh is a delta, horizontal, Islamabad is vertical. So let's put something over horizontal and call it, this whole thing, meeting ground of two great civilizations. My site turns into meeting ground and an archaeological landscape. So this is what came out finally. And then this is almost going to be finished. Now the building is already, you can see, is coming out. The brickworks from Lahore. And this is what is coming up and now. And we had a wonderful discussion with it because the landscape, archaeological landscape is a major element. So landscape is going to be fantastic. We are working on it. We just came from Pakistan. And this is what my sketches over there. And this is what the forest will come out and the water will come out. And the whole building will come out like this. And this is what I'm expecting within the next 6 months. We'll be able to see this building. But when we went to Bhutan, who was the first actually recognized Bangladesh as the independent nation, and they were stopped by India not to announce that they are the first declared as Bangladesh 6 hours before India, but finally it did. Bangladesh notified by Gazette that Bhutan is the first nation, not India. And I can listen definitely, true love is born from understanding, as Gautam Buddha says. It is time to understand the relationship. Bangladesh and Bhutan is absolutely related for many millions of years, like 30, 40 millions. All the water coming from Himalayas is coming through Bhutan and India and Nepal, everything is coming to the Bangladesh and going into Bay of Bengal, simply. So we are related for many thousands of years, many millions of years. And if you see this, Bhutan is loving us because they have received something from us as a gift. That's their religion. The religion they're practicing now is coming out from Atish Dipankar's movement, and they're now practicing this. That's why Bhutan loves us. That's why they declared us the first independent country. And this is what we suggest for them, because they have the rule that only embassies can be a different building, not following Bhutan's rules and regulations. But we decline. We say, no, we are coming here to make friendship with you, not to change your economy by putting different kind of buildings. So we put this one. A lot of research has been done, and there's a large window you can see, which is still you can see the building from the street, as the Pasarbe used to do. They can see the Himalayas on the other side. So this is what you can see, the courtyard with a garden, with a water body. And the construction almost completed. What we have done actually, simply we created the courtyard with the water, which is connecting we call it Bay of Bengal. We am taking little bit water from there, here, to there, putting it, calling it Bay of Bengal. And the first time Himalayas, she can see what she has created. And the whole water body is reflecting the whole Himalayas. And this is how we are connecting the Himalayas, and the Bengal water, and this is the relationship. And this is what is coming up. Probably our chief advisor will be opening up very soon in August. And then we moved to Malaysia, and we started listening, we must protect our environment for the sake of future generations, Mahathir Mohamad. And this is the first building in Malaysia which has been certified as platinum, the green building in the history of Malaysia. So this is, luckily I have done. And this is, Malaysia is like Singapore, moving the sun from south to north, north to south, half of the year, not like us actually. So this is interestingly we have resolved, and this house became very gigantic. This is SP Satya, one of the largest and biggest and aggressive developer. They wanted something like this, but you can see the water body calm and quiet, and the roadside you can see huge building. So it's a combination of two things together. And there's a courtyard on the top. And then we move to Canada. We see a small house renovation in Halifax, and we see the constant happiness is curiosity, Alice Munro, the Nobel laureate. And we are really curious. We are curious to see how dramatically the climate changes over there. My client was really there, literally cried after the presentation. They said, we don't see the sun in the winter in the house. So we ensured this renovation will enhance their life with the beauty of Canadian landscape. So this is what came out finally after changing the renovating the house is coming up. They're going to start the project. And in the winter, beautifully, dramatically changed. And in fall, it's completely otherwise. And this is really far from Dhaka, from Bangladesh to Canada. This is far away. I can't go far away than Canada, probably. I'll end up in the ice. And then I was remembering country roads take me home to the place I belong. John Denver. The beautiful song, and then part two comes, I going back home. And my boat turns and came back home. And I saw this. This is my neighborhood, which is dilapidating, this is deteriorated. My friends are becoming more poorer. My friends are proud of me, but trust me, I didn't do anything for them. I was traveling. I was feeling like I'm becoming an architect, but actually not doing anything for my society. Probably I was serving the rich people. I became the servant of the rich people. I don't want to be just servant of the rich people only. I want to servant of the poor people actually, or maybe the people who are very common. Then I'm lucky to get, this is what my watercolor says, that architecture for all. I can try at least. I don't know, I can try. And this is not a pipe, Rene Magritte, and this is not a toilet, which is Azimpur Public Toilet 2023. And I thought it should be changed. Toilet doesn't work here. Why not make it a beautiful building, tiny, small building, 600 square feet, only 600 square feet. Make a toilet ground floor and the coffee shop and the library upper floors. Make it a beautiful building, new business strategy in the community. So it becomes an iconic building for the community. A toilet becomes a beautiful place. It's no more dirty because our women are suffering from kidney problems. Most of the women in Dhaka, the record is there. So we can change it. So we try to change this thing. And then we went to the big park, all the secretariat, the Prime Minister's office and the Mayor's office, all around the police headquarters, all around, all sitting with a window and looking at how all the antisocial, illegal, bribery things are happening in the park. They can see from the distance and say, wow, what things are happening in our park. Amazing. This is what is happening. We need to stop all these things. And then we thought, why not? Destroying any trees, we can promenade. We can put a promenade and connect the whole city from this part to other part. Thousands of people go there, and the park becomes public, absolutely. No boundary wall sort of things, no locking it down. So this is what is happening, and this came out. Finally, this is almost completed. Probably next 2 months, they will open it up. This promenade, it has 2 layers actually. Now it's a real photograph you can see. It's coming up. And then this is the thing. It's a water body and 2 layers. The below you can see, this is the real photograph. At the upper level, which is basically promenade, or yeah. And the lower level, you can have the museum, you can have library, gymnasium, and the food court. You can't see, but close to the water, because water is always below 10 feet ground level, road level. We can go close to the water. We cannot take the water up. So this is what going down. You can go down. You can sit there. You can have your all the time. The museum, beautifully space has been designed, but we don't have money for the museum inside. Nothing is there actually. But red dot you can see. Now suddenly I can see for the July issue, there is a tall building coming up like this. I don't know what will happen this. They can spend all the money in the museum and can make the beautiful July museum probably, whatever they want to push, display there, but rather they're 10-story building coming out, whereas my one is only 7 feet from the ground to make it absolutely green. So what there is, I've lost my all. I'm struggling for 10 years. I'm fighting with the government. Now I'm tired. I'm sick now. I can't do it anymore. And this is what is supposed to be. I don't know, that will add probably the most beautiful thing is coming next, the tower. And this is what happened, last 2 projects I'm sharing with you. This is the Hindu community area. They have a pond. They have a open to sky body crematorium. There is a fight between Hindu and Muslim. They don't want body is burning openly. It's pollution, it's bad smell and things like that. This has been destroyed, dumping ground. What to do? I had to coordinate with all the people and fighting and everything. And all the illegal shops over there, Haji Selim, you know Haji Selim, at the time the most powerful person. I had to bulldoze everything, fighting with them. Either you kill me or you have to remove all these things. And then we convert it into this, finally. And it's filled up with the rain water, finally. And I love this sky, Nimbus stratus. The Bangladesh, sometimes it's a beautiful sky. I love it. And this is a crematorium we built, finally. And the water body is completely clean. From the street, you can come down, and the water body, and the field was like this, which we have converted into this. And from top you can see all together. And the Muslim tomb was there, public library is there, gymnasium there, coffee shop there, public toilet is there together. And all now completed. And now you see the 400 years Mughal structure over there. And it's so sad, we took 400 years to create another simple, small green area for the public. Extremely sad. And this finally, I think, some sort of poetry came back. And in the last project, Scarcity to Poetry, Rasul Bagh Shishu Park renovation, this is the way you have to go to the park. There's no other way you can go to the park. With your car, with your rickshaw, with your motorcycle, it's very difficult to go there. This is the only way to go there. In the monsoon, it's flooded. If not, it's worse. And this is what the park they call. Beside you see the wall and the park is together. And one shower, there's only one drain, one shower, it completely flooded, and it's been 2 weeks. And 19 houses sewer system is floating around. And you can see that. This is not an architect's job. I literally devastated at the time. I don't know what to do. And you see, after seeing this, I took decision. I will ensure this girl is going to school walking nicely. Not like this. Not like this. I don't know this girl. Still I don't know. But I promised myself, I must go like, create a space for them. This is my job. I'm not doing any favor. And then this house is this Awami League's office, Jubu League office, most dangerous people, you know, you can't talk to them at the time. and look inside. But we have wonderful trees, and we have this building at least we can utilize. Why not? And there is nothing more artistic than to love people, Van Gogh says. And we started talking to people, the young people, mid-age people, old people, and learning from them and discussing with them how to come up solutions. We found few things together. There's a huge amount of water. If you consider 200 millimeter of water per day per hour, you can collect at least 500,000 liters of water in one rain. Why not collecting all them? Because they have a crisis of water, and extra water is creating problem to their life. So we trench, because it's small, 40,000 square feet area park, very small, serving 90,000 people per square kilometer. Abnormal, abnormal. Mansam is here. They think their area is very crowded. Singapore, maybe 5,000, maybe 6,000, Mansan? Yeah. This is 90,000 per square kilometer people living there. So this thing, first thing, we can collect the water, filter the water, give them back as a drinking water. And then dismantle all the walls. And yet poetically man dwells on earth, Heidegger says. Of course we must create the poetics. And dismantling disrespect and distrust as a wall, we completely dismantle everything. Lot of discussions happen. All the illegal shops gone to the other side. It is a huge task, I tell you. It's all about art of negotiation rather than design. And we completely change the whole thing into this. And then now the rain is no more a pain. Rain is a celebration. And this was previous photographs. I took one, I remember, and this particular area, not keeping any trees, all the keeping trees as it is, not cutting anything, we converted this into this. And all the things actually, this is basically orchard and created by the children themselves. And all the small, fruit trees, nothing much, not costly things, all vitamin D, vitamin C or iron sort of thing over there they can have, and birds can come and they can come and they can play together, and we call it, children will not run after drugs, they will run after butterflies. That would be the philosophy. And now you see they are doing a lot of programs over there by themselves. It's wonderful to see the photographs. And this is what the whole area economic situation developed, 20%, 30% rent, water, house rent increase. So people are coming here to live and they're earning a little bit more money. And this was my drawings. Many a times I did a drawings. This is one of the drawings. I'm so happy to see this transform into reality. And the house actually, finally, we moved them out. We had to fight with them, the Awami League, the political party. They gone out, and then we converted the whole building into library, community, gymnasium, coffee shop, weekend schools, and women's club, one women's club, because we need women to come here to balance the whole thing. And then now you see, it's completely changed. And the whole water coming back with the filter as a drinking water for last 6 years, the whole community is very, very happy. They don't have any crisis of water, and they don't have any water as a problem in their life anymore. And this is all calculations. And this is what the purpose of architecture. What is the purpose of doing business? What is the purpose of selling BSRM rods? What is the purpose of doing poetry? What is the purpose of doing any business in our life? Is the only thing is to ensure our children are growing happily, safely. So we develop a philosophy. Let's make the giggling of the children a music for our community. And this is what we call Old Dhaka New Story. And we have 3 minutes video last. If you allow me, just I can run the video.
সময় এই জায়গার অবস্থাটা খুবই খারাপ ছিল। এখানে গাঁজা হইতো, বৃষ্টি হলে পানি জমে থাকতো, এর মধ্যে ময়লা, ড্রেনের ময়লা ভাসতো, মানুষ কোনোভাবেই এখানে আসতে পারতো না। এলাকার স্থানীয় যারা বসবাস করে তারাও এখানে আসতে ভয় পাইতো, কারণ বিভিন্ন ধরনের ক্রাইম হইতো। আজকে আমরা মহিলারা, মেয়েরা এখানে আসতে পারতেছি, ইজিলি লাইব্রেরি আছে, বসতে পারতেছি, নিচে মহিলা মহল আছে। এখন আমরা যে কোনো সময় ইচ্ছে করলে আসতে পারতেছি, বসতে পারতেছি, রাতেও আসতে পারি আমরা।
এখানে একটা সুপেয় পানির ব্যবস্থা করা হয়েছে এলাকাবাসীর জন্য, যেটা জীবাণুমুক্ত, দূষণমুক্ত পানি। এই পানিতে এলাকার প্রতিটা লোক এইখান থেকে পানি নিয়ে খায়।
আজকে 27 বছর যাবত আমরা দৌড়াইতেছি, কিন্তু এটা হয় না, এটা হয় না।
এটা নিয়ে অনেক মারামারি কাটাকাটি হয়েছে এবং লোকও মারা গেছে এই মাঠে। এখন অনেক সুন্দর হয়েছে, আগের থেকে অনেক সুন্দর। অনেক লোকজন আসা যাওয়া করে, বসে নামাজ টামাজ পড়ে এই বেঞ্চে বসে দেখার মতন। হ্যাঁ, আগে তো আমাদের এরকম ছিল না। হ্যাঁ, এখন ছেলেগুলোরা খেলতে পারে, দুইটা মাঠ হয়েছে, একটা বড় জন্য খেলে, ছোটো জন্য খেলে। আমরা বিকেলবেলা এসে একটু ঘুরতে পারি, বসতে পারি, কোনো ঝগড়া নেই, লড়াই নেই। আমরা সবাই মিলেমিশে একসঙ্গে চলাফেরা করি। আগের থেকে অনেক উন্নত হয়েছে, অনেক অনেক।
স্কুলতে এসে সারাদিন বাসায় বসে থাকতাম, হকার মাঠটা অনেক সুন্দর করার পর আমরা খেলতে পারি।
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Architect Professor Rafiq Azam, for a story-like presentation, a journey by water. Thank you for taking us along with you.